Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about a detail that might seem small, but it plays a huge role in honoring a loved one, and that's choosing the right paper for a memorial program. It's a quiet choice for sure, but it's one that says so much about care and intention. So let's dive in and see how we can make that choice with confidence. The program isn't just a list of events, it's a physical object. It's a tangible piece of the service. And you know, the paper itself, that's the very first part of the message that people are going to experience. I mean, think about it. A funeral program is one of the only keepsakes people actually take home from a service. It's something they might tuck away in a book and find again years from now. The feel of that paper in their hands, its weight, its texture, all of that communicates a sense of care and permanence before a single word is even read. And the impact is real. You can feel the difference, right? The physical sensation matters. A thin, flimsy piece of paper might feel, well, a bit temporary, maybe even rushed. But a more substantial, thoughtfully chosen paper that conveys respect. It affects everything from how sharp the photos look to how well the program is going to hold up over time as a memento. Okay, so let's get into the practical side of things. And I promise, this isn't going to be complicated at all. If you can just get your head around a few key terms, you'll be able to make a confident choice without feeling overwhelmed. Let's break it down. So the first and most important idea is paper weight. It sounds technical, but it's really just a measure of how thick and sturdy a piece of paper is. It's what gives a program that substantial quality feel in your hands, or, a lighter, more delicate one. Generally, paper weight falls into two big categories. First, you've got text weight. This is your thinner, more flexible paper. It's perfect for the inside pages of a booklet because it folds so easily. Then there's cover weight, which you probably know as cardstock. That's the thicker, more rigid paper that gives the program its structure and protects all those precious pages inside. And that brings us to a really great pro tip. Just use a sturdy cardstock for the cover and a lighter text paper for the interior. When you do that, you really get the best of both worlds. The program feels high quality and durable, but it's not too bulky or a pain to fold. The other key choice you're going to make is the finish. And honestly, for a memorial service, a matte finish is almost always the way to go. It's soft, it doesn't create a glare under indoor lighting, which makes it way easier to read. And it just has a respectful, understated feel. A glossy finish can make photos pop for sure, but that reflection can be really distracting and feel a little too commercial for the occasion. Alright, we've got the basics down, so let's explore the actual types of paper you're likely to come across. Think of this as a kind of palette of options, where each one has its own distinct feel and its own purpose. First up is your standard copy paper. And look, it's practical, it's affordable, and it's super easy to print on. This might be the right call for a very large service where you just need a lot of copies. But it does feel thin, and the ink can sometimes show through. It's just not ideal for a program you really hope people will keep for years. A fantastic step up is what's called enhanced text paper. This is a great middle ground. You'll immediately notice it's thicker and smoother, and the ink doesn't bleed through. It just feels more intentional and refined, which makes it an absolutely excellent choice for the inside pages of a program. Now for the cover, cardstock is where you create that immediate impression of quality. Using a heavier 80 or 100-pound cardstock gives the program a real sense of permanence, of durability. It sends a message that this is a true keepsake, something designed to protect the memories that are held inside. If you're going for a more traditional or formal feel, you have to consider linen paper. Oh, it's beautiful. It has this subtle texture that feels a little bit like woven fabric. It's just pure elegance. Now just a heads up, that texture can slightly soften the fine details in photos. So it's especially good for designs that are more focused on text and classic layouts. And of course, the paper choice can be deeply personal. An eco-conscious paper with recycled fibers can be such a beautiful tribute to someone who loved nature. And there are other specialty papers, from parchment to soft pastels, that can help capture a really unique personality or a specific theme. So let's connect all these choices to the real world of printing and actually creating the final program. There are a few things to keep in mind here, especially when you think about folding and printing. The format of your program really helps guide your paper choice. For a simple bifold, fold it just once. That combo of a cardstock cover and text-weight interior is perfect. But if you're making a multi-page booklet, it is crucial that those interior pages are flexible enough to fold easily and lie flat without wanting to spring open. You also have to think about your printer. Most home printers can handle standard and enhanced text papers beautifully, but they can really struggle with heavy or textured cardstock. You might get jams or smudges. For those premium papers, or really just to guarantee a flawless finish without the stress, going to a professional printer is often the best way to go. But if you do decide to print at home, here are 4 steps you absolutely have to follow. First, check what your printer can actually handle. Second, choose a paper that it's designed for. Third, use the manual feed tray for any thicker paper. And finally, and this is the most important one, always run a single test print first before you go and print dozens of copies. So we've covered all the technical details. Let's bring it all back now to what really matters most: creating a personal and meaningful tribute. It's so important to remember that during a time of grief, our senses can be really heightened. The simple act of holding a well-made program, feeling its weight, its substance, its texture, that can be a quiet, non-verbal source of comfort. It just communicates that great care was taken. This quote from our source material just says it all perfectly. The paper choice is a subtle but really powerful signal to everyone there that this person, this life, and this tribute were all deeply important. And listen, this doesn't have to be about spending a lot of money. The goal isn't to pick the most expensive paper, but the most appropriate one. The right paper is the one that feels authentic to the person you're honoring and to the overall tone of the service. Ultimately, the program is a vessel for memory. It's what carries the stories, the photos, and the words forward into the future. And the right paper helps it do that, helping to honor a life with the dignity and grace it deserves. So as you make this decision, the question to hold on to is this one right here. Years from now, when someone holds this program in their hands, what story will this tangible memory tell? Thank you so much for joining me today. If this helped you feel more confident or informed, take a moment to like, subscribe, or follow for more guidance like this one. And if you or someone you love is navigating these decisions right now, share this video with them. You're not alone, and support is always available only here at thefuneralprogramsite.com.